All right, enough of that crap. So let's get rid of all this. So annoying sometimes when stuff like this happens. All right, tired of waiting for the countdown, so let's get started, shall we? All right, what's up? What's up, Migo like geeks and freaks, and all of you toy collecting fanatics out there, and comic book collectors, and movie lovers, and cartoon lovers, and all that shit that when we were kids made us happy, and now we reminisce by kind of go back in time a little bit by trying to recapture a little bit of that youth. All right, so today, here's what I'm going to do today. I got a couple packages in. One from my buddy David Eon and LPH, or Lady Pop Hunter. If you're not familiar with them, you should be. They have a YouTube channel called Open by Chance Vintage Toys. And I think there's over like 13 and a half, 14,000 people in there following them, subscribed, and they do a great job. They do a lot of videos, a lot of good stuff. David is a encyclopedia of information for toy lines that probably most of you may not even know existed anymore. So I usually get a little something from them. Their stuff apparently is in the mail and has not made it yet. Well, for a reason, because I didn't get out till today because it was late on everything. So when he gets it, I hope he gets a good kick out of it. There's a little hint, David, if you're watching. So let's see what we got. Now, I did have to open his because his came last week. I was waiting a little bit. I was going to kind of open everything Christmas Eve, and then I got another package from Danny Gates all the way from Australia, the land of Oz, mate. And he's so annoyed that I hadn't opened it yet. The problem is we're a 15-hour difference. So I want to make sure I open it when he watches because he never or he rarely gets to see when I open it. He finally messaged me. I was like, all right, we'll do that. And Dinosaur Dan Samillo, the DD Samillo man, sent me a package as well. So I had to open David Eon's first because contents inside were good, but UPS left the damn thing in the rain. I don't know what UPS and FedEx problem are at my home, but if it's, I'm not talking, it was a nice day and then it rained and the box was left outside, then it rained later. It poured all day. This is like the 10th time I've had this happen. I've called, I've complained, I've spoken to supervisors. They don't do shit. Excuse me. I'm like still recovering from a very rough flu. And all the flu part's gone. The damn after effects of the cough have been brutal some days. Some days I'm fine, and then all of a sudden it just turns into a fit. All right. So you guys can comment and stuff on here if you like. Feel free to comment. Hopefully they'll show up in here. If they don't, you might be commenting on YouTube and I might not be seeing them. But let's get started, shall we? So the first thing that came out of the box was this adorable soft Thai giraffe. Now, before you get all crazy, think, oh, look who's here. Mr. 5150 himself, Brian, the Sausage King of Chicago, Abe Froman Sanchez. Yes, had to open David's first when a brown noser. Yes, I am a brown noser. But this is obviously for my daughter, Amanda. And I already showed it to her and she loves it, but I figured I'd put it on camera. They went to the trouble to get it, and I'm going to send it, and I'm going to do that. If Sanchez ever sends me a box, I will never show anybody. No, just kidding. Sanchez and I go back quite a bit. In fact, Brian's probably sent me more boxes I've sent him. And I'm going to say something, Sanchez. I got you something, and the fucking son of a bitch never mailed it. 2 weeks I had to fight out with eBay to try and get it. Figure no response, nothing. I was so pissed. So I got you something else. Actually, it was better the second thing I got you, but I was so pissed. Anyway, all right, let's go on. Let's see what's next. So the next thing, I'm going to start with the non-toy stuff, is the keepsake edition of the Christmas classics. Now, you may say you can see those on TV, but what I'm going to tell you is my girlfriend now has 2 younger children who have never seen Rudolph or Frost. Don't ask me how that happened. And I said to him, I'm going to have you guys come over for Christmas, and we're going to watch these movies. Before I got this, I said, I'll find them, we'll watch them, we'll download whatever. And then this showed up, and it's all of them. It's Rudolph, it's Frosty, it's Santa Claus is coming to town. I mean, I think it even has a sing-along CD in it. Fucking awesome. Thank you so much. The timing couldn't have been better, so they're excited. Showed them. All right. These are interesting because these are, I believe, if what I understand is correct, these are, obviously they're luchadores or Mexican wrestlers. But I think David said these are some interesting knockoffs. This guy's kind of a ninja. He kind of looks like Brian Sanchez when he goes out every day, guarding the streets of downtown Chicago. He looks just like this. He wears all black. He puts on this mask, and he has this bandana on, and off he goes. This guy's actually pretty cool. He has a cape. This is what Brian does on Sundays. On Sundays only, he wears a cape like this. This is a white outfit he has. But these are actually quite interesting because he said something to the effect of like they're knockoffs or something. So I don't know a lot about wrestling figures, especially Mexican wrestling figures. I have a lot of crappy Mexican action figures I know that are Mego knockoffs and so on, but this is quite a pair. They're actually quite cool. I do know that wrestling in Mexico, the luchadores, is something just absolutely followed by kids and adults of here we go again, of all ages. They actually have their wrestling belts and they're removable. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, let's go on to the next thing. These are really cool. I don't know if they're knockoffs, where they came from, whatever. The colors are ridiculous. Things like give me such a headache from coughing so hard. The colors are ridiculous. I know this one kind of reminds me of the Venom dinosaur that came out. It's not, and even so, you can see they come apart. So these are, I guess they're Chinese or Mexican. I don't know. They kind of come apart. You can put them back together. The colors are just crazy ridiculous. Are these shiny purple, and we have this blue and this green. And I'm big into dinosaurs. Believe it or not, let me grab his head. Believe it or not, when I was a kid, the one thing I always wanted to be was an archaeologist. So if we look over here in the Toy Room of Solitude and I turn a little bit and you look behind me, you'll see a lot of those gigantic dinosaur figures that they put out. I forgot who makes them. A bunch of those and some of the Matchbox cars from Jurassic Park. Love dinosaurs. Really just always had a fascination for them. But these guys they're very badass. I think they're awesome. The poses that they're just ready to fight is phenomenal. Love them. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. This is interesting because this is kind of an old, David knows I have a lot of like old, weird vintage shit too. This is kind of like it's like an old Christmas. By the way, this bag is not a toy. In case you're dumb and you don't know, this bag is not a toy. But these are kind of like old, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if they clip on. I guess you clip them onto something. Just kind of these Santa presents and all this kind of stuff. You know, I was looking through Goodwill the other day, and I saw some really interesting stuff. One of the things that I saw that I actually have a set of because my mother got them for me years ago is a very old antique set of Christmas ornaments, you know, the old glass ornaments. And I saw 2 sets there. The problem with them is I can tell you because I have them, I won't put them out anymore. I put them out for a couple of years. I said no more. The glass becomes so fragile that if you just look at them the wrong way, they just turn to dust. It's crazy. So anyway, so I thought that was pretty cool. And last but not least, I think you're going to get kicked out of this. Who else is here besides Sanchez? Oh, LPH is here. There she are. There was LPH jumped in and David jumped in. The dinos are 90s Mexican bootlegs of Venom. Oh, they are. Okay, that's what I said. I said they kind of look like, I got you. It kind of looks like Venom. Okay, gotcha. Venom and Carnage. Oh, yeah, now. Okay, now I see it. I don't know where you guys find this stuff. I really don't. You guys must have like some treasure trove you go through some mystery magic garden or so on. The tree has shirt buttons. Oh, that shirt button covers. Okay, I got you. They're button covers. Okay, so that's what these little things are on the back. So you take this and you snap it onto. Oh, very clever. Damn, like I said, David knows everything. He knows everything about this. All right, but here is the creme de la creme. And Brian Sanchez is going to be very upset that he didn't get. I'm going to show you. This is awesome. Now, when I first saw it, I said, oh my God, it's Dan Samillo made a record. But no, it's Don Ho. Now, ho, 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 open up your dough. It's Christmas time. This is fantastic. I happen, believe it or not, to have a turntable over here. I only know a few Don Ho songs, and I remember seeing him on TV as a kid. But Tiny Bubbles, which is that like his most famous song, Tiny Bubbles? I'll Remember You, Down by the Shack by the Sea, Ileka Lele, I guess that's Hawaiian, Beautiful Kauai, The Windward Side, Ain't No Big Thing, Sweet Someone, Pearly Shells, The Following Sea, A Lover's Prayer, Nightlife. You know I'll be playing this. Don Ho and the, is that the Ali's? Greatest Hits. Only a few years ago, Hawaiian music was Hilo Hattie singing Little Grass Shack. Oh my God, there's like a whole thing on here. Like, it's so amazing to watch that kind of stuff to me, the kind of stuff that actually was put out in those days. When I go to Goodwill, the only thing I ever find, maybe a couple kids' records. I did find a really cool record from World War II. It was Glass. If you ever seen a Glass record, it's pretty neat. It's basically a Glass record that they just kind of coat in vinyl, very fragile. But all I find is polka records. I mean, piles and piles and I'm like, who bought all these polka records? Okay, that's the first question. The more in-depth question is, who made all these polka records and put them out for sale thinking they were going to sell, or who produced them? And the third, to go even more depth, is who is playing all this polka music? Where are these bands? So I don't know. Okay, the wrestlers are 80s wrestlers of Mascara and another luchador whose name I can't remember. I don't even know how you remember all this, David. I really don't. We sang Tiny Bubbles as a cadence in the no shit. I didn't even know you were in the Army, LPH. I had no idea you're in the Army. Well, now I know where you get your patience from, because you don't have to, you don't put up with craziness from David. After being in the Army, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of patience. All right, so these are wonderful, wonderful things, and as always, I truly appreciate them. I really do. Your stuff, because you missed the beginning, is on its way. I had got you something a couple weeks ago, and then I was waiting on something which didn't get here till yesterday, and it's something that I told you you should always have, and I think you're going to get a kick out of it. I hope so. If not, you're going to be really mad at me, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're going to move on to the next box because Danny Gates is driving me crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Danny Gates is very, very. And by the way, Amanda loves the Thai giraffe. By the way, I don't know if you guys caught that part because I'm sure when you came in. And if you didn't catch the part where I said about this, I told my girlfriend's kids that we're gonna watch these movies. I got to go find them on YouTube or whatever. No joke. Next couple of days, this shows up at the house, and they're like, "Is that the movies?" I go, "These are the movies you have to watch." They've never seen them, so they're going to be watching these for Christmas. I can't wait to show them to them. They're very, very excited. Actually, I'm going to open up Dan Samillo's first. I'm going to torture Danny Gates a little bit more. I'm going to open from Dan Samillo first. From Dinosaur Dan, speaking of dinosaurs, from Dinosaur Dan Samillo, we're going to see what's in the box. This showed up today. So let's get it open. I don't know how these guys. All right, there we go. Pack it up. Open it. Oh my God. I'm still recovering from this leftover cough. This really crappy flu thing. It was a real nightmare. I spent Saturday night waking up last week and a half ago. Saturday night waking up every hour. Sunday night every hour and a half. Monday every 2 hours. Tuesday every 3 hours. And I just couldn't get sleep. And then finally it could all just like the flu went away, and then I just had the horrible cough. Ooh, what is he did not? If this is what I think it is, I'm going to have a break. Sanchez, you might have to play a commercial if I pass out for a few minutes. The giraffe obviously is for your daughter. I figured that's the first thing I brought out, David. I said, David did not send this to me to be cute. This is for my daughter. Forgive me. This is what I think it is. I don't know if Samilla's on here, but this is what I think it is. Yep, and it is. Wow. Love, love, love. Samillo finds these by the buckets. These are really, I'm trying to think of the name of it now. My God. It's like a USA karate club figure. Real pain in the ass to find. I think they came out in the 90s. They're basically a Type 2 Migo body. I guess they came with black shorts. And he finds them all over. I don't know. I look for them for years. I've been collecting since 97, although I did take about a 10-year hiatus. I looked. I never found one. And he finds them like he's just walks around. He just picks them up off the street. It's crazy. Luchaderos are like superheroes. Yeah, they are. Everybody loves those. They love the Mexican wrestlers, the luchadores. Thank you, Dan. This is awesome. Finally have one. It took me forever. and a guy in California to find one for me who, like I said, Dan finds them. He finds them by the bucket. I have no idea how he gets them. Thank you so much, Mr. Smillo. Dinosaur Dan, everybody. All right, here's the big gift. This is from Danny Gates. It actually got here pretty good. It only had a little bit of a hole on it, not much. Surprising, from Australia. Did come airmail. Let's see what's in here. Danny was like, he said to me tonight when I got home, he's like, "You're driving me crazy." Like I said, I was going to wait and hold everything. The hell with it. Let's make Danny happy because I'll just make Danny happy. Let's make me happy too because I know Danny goes to a lot of trouble. And a big shout out to Danny. Danny's actually, he just did what the Open by Chance couple just did, which is he's moving houses. And like David and LPH, he has a ridiculous amount of things to move. I don't know how he's going to do it. You know, every time I think I want to move out of this house, I look at this basement and go, what the fuck am I going to do with all this shit? Who is going to buy this crap? Or where am I going to put it? Because every time you move, you know what happens. Shit gets lost. I mean, well, for me it does. No matter how well I pack it, right, something always gets lost. All right, let's, ooh. I don't even know if I can show these. Because they're technically not legal in the United States. No, nothing bad. These are the real deal. Now, Sanchez probably already knows what they are. Okay. These are the real deal. These are Kinder eggs. Now, these are the Kinder Surprise Max eggs, which are bigger than a normal Kinder egg. A normal Kinder egg is about the size of a regular egg. The chocolate that's inside, or it's a hollow egg, is absolutely delicious. And they always come with some incredible toy. For example, they do metal like toy statues. They do cars you put together. I have a whole set of Lord of the Rings that they only did in, I think it was the Netherlands. Even one of them lights up. They move. They've done Zorro. They've done dinosaurs. I mean, you name it. They've done even like miniature versions of Playmobil, and they've done Super Charlie. If you don't know Super Charlie, it's by a company called Dulcop, which is from Italy. And they were kind of like a Playmobil, but it was almost like a model you put together, but it was a very soft plastic. And they came in, excuse me, two sizes. A small, I think it's a 2-inch. I think it's like a 3 centimeter big or 2.5 centimeter tall, 2.5 centimeter. And then they came in a bigger 3-inch one. And when we moved to Italy and saw those in the store, walk in this little corner store, and my mom's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Mom, can we get them?" And then I got them every year for Christmas, for birthdays, you name it. It's great. Now, the last time I opened one of these eggs, actually, he got them again. Okay, so he got them Marvel eggs. You can see one's got Iron Man, one's got Spider-Man. That means there's a cool Marvel Iron Man toy. The last time Danny got me one of these, it had Thor in it. It's kind of Thor with his hammer that swings, and there's a statue. It's upstairs in the the Hall of Heroes. I haven't been there in ages. So these are delicious. I don't even want to take them off because the foil wrapping is so cool. But these have a very special place in the Casa de la Melagrana or the Toy Room of Solitude, because technically you can't really buy those. You can't buy them in the United States. Can you order them? Probably. But you can't buy them. If you look at the Kinder eggs in the U.S., it is an egg. But when you snap it open, half of it is a toy on one side of a hollow plastic egg. And the other side is this cream with these hazelnut chocolate spiky balls and a spoon to no, that's the real deal. Every country in the world has those except the US. And that's my understanding, is that a child received one year when they were sold here and opened it and swallowed it whole, and there's a plastic capsule inside and choked to death. So we're going to ban them. No offense, I don't want to get political, but that's some stupid fucking shit. The parent should be sued for not watching the kid. It's got a toy inside. You should be watching. The kid's a little kid. You don't ban it for the rest of the country because some parent wasn't watching their child. Sorry. I feel bad for the parent. That sucks. Now, let's keep going. On another note, I just lost 9 pounds, you Australian motherfucker. These are Australian chocolates in full. I don't know how much is in here. There's a ton. This bar right here in particular, the Curly Whirly bar, You can buy this. If you guys remember, I'll bet you David Eon remembers this. From the oh, what's up, Buck? Hello, Buck. How are you? Because kids are stupid. I'll bet Eon remembers. Buck might even remember this. I don't know if you were old enough, Sanchez. They used to have a bar and used to advertise on TV, and you could probably Google it, called the Marathon Bar. This is the actual modern Marathon Bar. It's in the same shape, but it's done by Cadbury. It's delicious. Matter of fact, I think most of these bars, I don't know if they're all done, a lot of them are done by Cadbury. They don't sell them here in the U.S. And Danny goes way out of his way to supply me with Australian chocolate after I lost 9 pounds. You son of a bitch. But these are wonderful. So I'm going to have to eat these really slow, but these are absolutely delicious. That's why we didn't get a second wave of Bowser Galactica from Mattel. Oh, yeah, because of the missile thing, right? That shot out of it. My original Micronauts had the pointy missiles. And then I guess later on they turned them to those rubber round ones, which was okay. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You remember the Marathon Bars, Buck? Yeah, I love those things. I remember, Jesus, I think I was, contacts drive me nuts. I think I was 7. And I went up to the store with my mom. And I was like, Mom, can I have one of those? Because I was a kid. She's like, okay, but don't tell your sister. Like, my sister to this day has never found out that she didn't get one that day. These are delicious. This chocolate is, it's not like they take a Milky Way bar and they rebrand it in a new wrapper. These are different chocolates. They're way different. And the Cadbury ones are delicious. Like, I like Hershey bars and all that stuff. The Cadbury makes some incredible chocolate. And this stuff, all these different Choquito and the picnic bar, these are normal Australia. Here we don't get them. And they're absolutely delicious. Delicious, excuse me, my God. All right, bear with me. We're getting there. We're getting there. Danny's going to shit when he gets his box from me, by the way. Oh, little card in here. Always have to read the card. Let's see what it says. Who's tuning in here? I see 8 people watching. Let me see what it says. I got to read it first before I do it because I think I made the mistake once of Sanchez started reading his note before I went there. Try and keep still. I'm trying to take a kick here. Merry Christmas. Here we go. God, it's like it just kicks in. And you can't get rid of it. It's a nightmare. I can go all day with no problem. It gets worse at night. All right. For goodness sake, Rudolph, will you try and keep Stone trying to make a kick here? Santa trying to kick over Rudolph as the goalpost. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Lou. He puts fella. That's an Australian term. Let's see. It's been both year for tough of us, but we are pushing through the craziness and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Very true. Thanks for always being a mate. Merry Christmas to you and Amanda. All the best, Daniel. Very nice. Danny's a good guy. The way I met Danny is before my Amigo Like Facebook group was there. It was just a page. And I used to go on and just do lives in the kitchen of Tomlin Star Raiders for the most part. That's always mine. And Danny used to come on. He'd come on and watch. And then one day he messaged me and he said, can I give you a call? And I'm like, okay. I didn't know he was from Australia. And he calls me and I hear this guy on the phone. Hey, good day. And all that. And I'm like, are you in Australia or what? Yeah, I'm in Australia. So we just started talking and just took off. And we started sending packages back and forth. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's see what's in here. Yeah, Danny's going through a little bit of rough shit, but he's surging ahead. He is a real trooper. Uh-oh, what? What? I don't know you guys find this stuff. You guys find some crazy shit. Let's get this open. You guys find stuff like, I thought I had a lot of crazy knockoff shit, but some of you guys find some crazy, crazy stuff. Hold on. Got to open them up. Let's see who's in here. Okay, it's got a little bit of tape. Oh, it's like I thought he was a tennis player. Hold on. It's a karate man. This is like Brian Sanchez. If you guys didn't know, Brian Sanchez is a karate man. And like Eddie Murphy from Trading Places, well, you know the whole scene with the cord of blood technique? Well, they learned that from Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez does the cord of blood technique. Yeah, he'll hit you and you'll lose a cord of blood. He taught them that for the movie, so they incorporated that. Right, Brian? Actually, we aren't here. We are all figments of your imagination. Yeah, I'm just a lunatic. Badass. Look at this motherfucker. Oh my God. That is knockoff Karate Kid. Squishy head. This is awesome. So this figure's head has been used many times. Matter of fact, I think this is the Mr. Action head. I gotta take a look. But look at that. I don't know where he finds this shit. I really don't. There we go. I need to like set up a shelf and just have lines of these things. He finds so many of these incredibly crazy knockoffs. All right, hold on. I think I'm supposed to, I don't know if I'm supposed to open these or whatever, so I'm just opening them and taking them out. All right, a little bit of unwrapping here. Any Tim Tams? Oh, excellent question. Let's look. I don't know if there's Tim Tams in here. I see curly. Let's take a look, shall we? The last time Danny sent this, no joke. I said, all right, I'm just going to go, nice and easy with it. I think I cleared out this. It was like this size. It might have even been more. I think I cleared that shit out in under 4 days. It's just so good. The chocolate's just way different. Let's see what's in here because I didn't look. Picnic bars. Moro bar. You guys ever have a Mars bar, like a Mars bar from overseas? Those are really interesting. Choquito. This is like Brian Sanchez's cousin Taquito, but Choquito. Look at this. Freddo. See, they're Cadbury. Cadbury makes really good stuff. I don't know if you guys have gone to England. The Chomp bar, it's got a dinosaur on it. If you guys have ever gone to England, the chocolate there is ridiculous. What we got here? Oh, these are ridiculous. These Cadbury Caramello Koala. These you will die for. If you eat one of these, you will go nuts. Nuts for like ages on these things. Ooh, the Santa Caramello. Oh, that's a good alternative too. All right, no Tim Tam this time. I think he sent Tim Tams to me before. I'm pretty sure I had them. But lots and lots and lots. The chocolate's really good. I'm just going to say that. So if you don't know Danny Gates, my suggestion is get on his friends list. That way you can get some chocolate out of him. Because I wouldn't even send Danny chocolate from the United States because it doesn't even pale in comparison to what they have over there in good old Australia. And I would say that, the chocolate is just way better there. I mean, they've got a lot of different shit there, including the 2-foot spiders and the 2-foot spiders, what else they got over there? Kangaroo. I mean, these are all things that we just don't have here unless it's in the zoo. Oh, you motherfucker. There we go. Mr. Action. Gotta love Mr. Action. Mr. Action rocks. He is the knockoff G.I. Joe. I have gone so crazy on the Mr. Action shit, like the play sets. I started counting things up. I think I have like 11 of the ATV vehicles, 9 of the Land Sea sleds. Jesus, I got a box helicopter set on top of the other 5 or 6 I have. I have like 9 of those towers. I have a couple of box sets. It's crazy. Oh, and here's another one. This is what I love about these knockoffs that they have. These are Universal Soldier Heroes, 12-inch military figure. And there he is. These are so great because the artwork is so amazing because they sell the same crazy, crappy doll face where he's smiling with very little, lack of posability. But they put this nice artwork on the front to get you to buy it. What am I missing? You can get those in the States at a store called, yes, Old World Market. That's it. Or Old Time Candy Store had them too, Sanchez. European Australian candies are made with sugar, not corn syrup. Yes. Actually, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. They're not made with that. We were talking about a while ago. We were talking about the Monster cereals, and they're horrible. Has anybody had any recently? The Frankenberry and the Count Chocula, they went to shit. And I think somebody said that the reason they did that, how cool is that? The reason they did that was because they changed it from oat-based cereal or oats to like corn or something. Has anybody else noticed that? All right, hold on. Yes. Johnny Strong, motherfuckers. Oh my God, what is that? So cool. Johnny Strong. There we go. Johnny Strong was kind of like a knockoff G.I. Joe, very similar to a Fighting Yank, a Mr. Action. I have a couple of these sets that Danny sent me before. These are great. And these are made by, actually, David Eon would know this, by Fairland Toy. David Eon knows this company. I know he does. Fairland Toy. One of my favorite, actually, some of my favorite Fairland toys are, one, the Cowboy and Horse in the set. It's a Lone Ranger knockoff set. I have that box I bought. And those Sole Piatti promo dolls that I showed that, David, you were asking me about, the little ones. That actually, I'll just show them. Why not? Same company made these bad boys, right? Which these are, just not knocking them out. You guys can see them. These are the Sole Piatti promotional, what kind of laundry soap you got. There was only one female made out of the set. There were two of everything else. There was what we call these are the, is this the fat head or the skinny head? Hang on. Yeah, this is the fat head. And Sole Bucato means laundry sun. Sole, what is this one? I can't even read this. Oh, Sole Delicato means delicate sun. So each one was for like a different kind of soap. They made laundry detergent, dish soap, so on. So let me give you an idea of what here's a fat head, okay? And here's a skinny head. You can see there's a huge difference between the size of them. Well, maybe you can see. See the difference, much skinnier. And these, the fat heads, the skinny ones aren't marked, but the fat heads are marked Fairland Toy on the back. I know it's a little hard to see, but they're marked Fairland Toy. Same Fairland Toy that I just showed this that Danny sent over. And I know David Eon's talked about it before in some of his videos. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked out Open by Chance, you really should. I know Facebook's been giving him some kind of limitation thing, like he's, taking over the world with his posting of his toy videos. They're unbelievable. You can't win with that, with this group of nut jobs. Here's some of the ones that they came when they were in the bag. So sometimes they were attached to the outside of the bag, I was told. And then sometimes what I was told is that these were actually inside, because a lot of the soaps in Italy, before they were liquid, it would be, I remember my mother used to bring them. They were really tall and they were heavy, and they were a round container, almost like something you get a Lincoln Log set in. And inside was just powder. And then they would pack this inside, and it was a promo, and you could take it and so on. But yeah, but I've got a number of these things. I actually have two female figures. I did not realize I had two females, if you will. Oh, it's getting a little cranky there. All right, let's move those to the side. There's one more thing in here that Danny sent me, and it says supermarket promotion on it. I might need my glasses to see that. Oh, wow, look at that. Nope, I don't need my glasses at all. Dish soap dolls. That is correct, Buck. They're the dish soap dolls. Big smile as I wipe out small villages. Classic, Buck. That's too funny. Lou has these outfits in adult size. He has one for each day of the week. That is true, Brian Sanchez. That is true. Who told you? Have I mentioned it before, Mike? Sorry. I apologize. Apparently this cough is going around here. I'm not going to lie. The first day I coughed was a week ago Wednesday, and I coughed all day so hard. My chest was killing me. My stomach, my back was killing me. I felt like somebody had a broomstick under my shoulder blade. And then literally couldn't speak the next day. I had no voice. Actually, I think that's the day that David Eon's back had showed up. All right, these were a supermarket promotion, Danny says, and these are awesome. We've got, I don't know how they promoted these, but, oh, very cool. It says Disneyland on them. It says Disneyland, California. And here we go. 70. Iron Man. Love Iron Man. Absolutely one of my favorites. And how can you go wrong with this guy? Another one of my favorites. Oh, come back here. Another one of my favorites is this guy. And Danny knows I love this. Mandalorian. Love the Mandalorian. Love Iron Man. These are fantastic. So I'm going to get these in like a little case or something so I don't get messed up. But all such nice things. Thank you, David and LPH. I can use LPH because I don't want to say your name. Gates, Samillo, the two Dans. I truly, truly appreciate it. I really do. You guys are way more and kind and way too much overall. And some of you have gifts that are still showing up in the mail that I haven't seen them yet. They're on the way. Lou was late getting to the post office. My sickness, not my toy collecting sickness, but my actual physical health sickness set me back quite a bit. So it kind of messed me up. And you know what? To be honest with you, even if I wasn't sick, they'd probably be late anyway. I'm always late getting there. Today we went to the post office. I'm like, great, we'll just run to the machine. You know, there's going to be a huge line, so we'll run to the machine. We'll get everything done at the machine. Then you can just bring it inside and drop it and leave. We show up right as they're opening the post office, right after they open it, 5 minutes after, they're out there setting the machine up, putting new tape in the machine. I'm like, you couldn't go out there a half hour earlier? There's a line out the door for people to go to the post office. So that kind of annoyed me. But, you know, to the guy who was working at the post office, I know them pretty well because I go there enough. But that poor guy had been there since 1:30 in the morning. He woke up 2 in the morning. He was there working, and I got there at 10:30. And he was going to be there for most of the day. He was like, I'm making time and a half. I'm like, good for you. That can't be too bad. All right. So to everyone, thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys are awesome. Love all you guys. You're just awesome. I appreciate everybody coming to the group. You know, group's like 3 months old and there's like 372 people. And I know Sanchez and I have been approving people to come in. Brian's probably been at the most of it. He's been doing it, the hardest part of it. I haven't got to check as much as I can, but I can't believe how fast the room's growing. I'm not kidding. When we came back from when we left our other group and that we started, we had 372 people. It took like 8 months to get that. And we're like 3 months in, and there's just new people requests all the time. Matter of fact, just curious to take a look. Let's see. Uh-oh, what is this message? Oh, okay. Just telling somebody something. Let's see. Let's take a look. Sanchez, you've been approving people while I've been in here? Okay, let's see. Yeah. So there's 372 people in here. And I think I let one in an hour or so ago. And now there is another request for another one. So we're going to approve that. I was like, wow. My thing was if we had 300 people by Christmas. No, my mission is if we get 250 people by Christmas, I'd be excited. We're already at, my God, we're at 373 people for a new group, which is cool. And here's what I'm going to say is really neat about it. 76 are online now. That's pretty neat. But what I'm going to say that's really cool and exciting is that, you know, we left the other group for our own reasons. We figured a lot of people did come over from there. Not that they left the group. They'd stay there, whatever they like. But they came to the new group and stuff. And I figured, oh, it's just going to be the same kind of people coming in, which there's nothing wrong with that. But there, of the 372 people in here, 373 people, I should say, no, I would probably say more than 60% of these people are people that I don't know if they were in the other group or not. I never saw them. But yeah, no, there are a lot of people coming in from other places. There's a lot of posting going on. There's a lot of posting. And I'm going to say this because I know he's asked me to post some of his messages. I said in the beginning, I'll say it again. So go to the Open by Chance YouTube channel because Facebook is limiting David and LPH from posting things for whatever reason. I think he's a social media terrorist. I'm just kidding. For some reason, they're limiting him. It's not like he's posting a billion things. It's not spam. It's real stuff. So some of the stuff he's sending, I'm posting for him. But they have a really great. As a matter of fact, let's go see how many. I'm curious. I got to honestly, I'm curious how many guys, how many followers you have because I know the last time I looked, it was over 13,000. You're probably like in the 80 million right now. Let's see. Open by Chance. Oh, here it is. Open by Chance. You're on my first hit on the list. 13.2 thousand subscribers, 1.9 thousand videos. And there's David wearing his crown, which is classic. And no, he's not trying to tell people he's the king of all things. That's not what he's saying. You have to go watch the videos so you understand the crown. No, he's not boastful. He's actually very, very kind and very, very humble. Both he and LPH are very nice people. And I met them both through toy groups, if you will, and through you people. Yeah, I think I approved 2 people today, Sanchez. I think that was the second one. I know you've been approving because I've seen the numbers go up. So I imagine we would have 375 people by Christmas in the next 3 days. Because, I mean, Sanchez, wasn't there like 289 people like a week ago? It's just crazy. It's just nice to see. Like, you start a room, you never know what's going to happen. It's nice because there's a lot of good posting. There's no fighting or any of that shit. But remember, the room it's open, and we want people to enjoy it. We don't want to be overbearing. You don't have to sit there and wonder, well, can I post? Just post. As long as you're not being a complete douchebag, and by douchebag I mean being a real piece of garbage, just post. You'll be fine. You can post, you can sell, you can trade, you can talk about comics or Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars or train sets or comics or movies. Or the only thing I ask is, if you talk about a new movie or TV show, please don't put a spoiler in it. Just tell people spoiler alert, and maybe just leave it out until we get a couple of weeks in there. So yeah, so even Sanchez says it's been going like crazy. So anyway, I've been on here way too long, but thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you being in the group. Everybody's welcome here. Very, very, very happy to see everyone. And I love the package, Dave. I love the package. Honestly, I think I said once I don't get shit in the mail, and yeah, it's right there. So Tony May sent me plastic shit, and he painted it glow in the dark, and they put a big brown sign that says glow in the dark shit. He says, now you got shit in the mail. And even Max Overnighter sent me some glow in the dark poop sticks or something. So they're all hanging up there. Everything's so funny. You're gonna have to do a walkthrough because I got more stuff in here. I haven't put too much more into the Hall of Heroes. I did add a couple of things to the old game room or the D&D room and so on. Been very excited about acquiring old D&D books and games and the electronic Mattel games. I think I got the ones, actually I got them. It's kind of cool. I think, like I said, it's just grabbing your past and so on. Oh, I just realized I have this Wonder Woman versus Godzilla box over there, and it's gigantic. I got the Batman versus Kong. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put that. I'm going to have to send it to Sanchez so I put it in his house. There's no fucking room in here anymore. There really isn't. There's just, oh, actually, there's some wall space. Oh, put some shelves up. Yes. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You know what, Sanchez? I think I'll put a shelf and put all the Ghost of Captain Kids up there so that when the lights go off, they glow in the dark. It'll be pretty cool. I think that's a neat thing. But again, thank you guys for everything. Where's the wrap it up button? Very nice. I've sent you shit too. Yes, Buck did send me shit too. Buck actually sent me some very cool stuff. Buck makes some really cool customs and so on. As far as the wrap it up button, Sanchez, here it is right here. We're going to get off here. We're going to say thank you guys so much. Thanks for being in the room. We appreciate it. Keep posting. Don't think your collection's too small or too big or anything like that. And please check out other people's YouTube pages and feel free to invite your friends. If we all invited our friends, Sanchez, I'd never have you in the room. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sanchez is an admin in the room for a reason because he takes care of shit and gets it done. I hope Gates is on here because I told him I was doing it. And if he didn't come on after all that, I'm going to have to kill him. So let's see. I have to message Gates and see if he's on. All right, everybody. Have a really good evening. Thank you so much. Be good.